right, our last presenter for the first panel would be Miss Jane Wu. Miss Jane Wu, are you here right now?
Hi, yes.
Yes,
Can you hear
hi.
me? Hello?
Your voice is very soft.
Okay. I try my best. Maybe
Okay,
it's
yeah, this
because
is
the
much better.
microphone.
This is much
All right,
better.
thank you.
All right, thank you. The screen is yours.
Thank you. Hello, welcome everybody, and it's really truly an honor for me to be able to see you all here in this meeting. My name is Jane, and I'm the Director of International Student Center in Korean Catholic University. So later in my presentation, first I will probably starting from a short introduction of our school, and then probably a little bit introduction about our government policy and how Korean Catholic University deal with the whole pandemic and the changes that we had experienced, and also, well, in the post-pandemic era, what will we trying to do? Okay, so I'm going to start my sharing my screen here. Okay, can everybody see the PowerPoint here?
Yes, very clear.
Hopefully, yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the university. We do have a student of 27,000, so it's a very big school and a very big campus. And in on campus, we have like every year we have around like 2,000 international students here, and we are a comprehensive university including 12 colleges, either from medicine, management, business, liberal arts, law, communication, fashion and brand, arts, social science, and foreign science and engineering, foreign language. All together, we have like 12 colleges. And we do have around the world, we have around like 439 sister schools all over the world. And thanks to, I think we need to thank deeply of God's favor to our school, and also our government, Taiwanese government. We have like a strict border control and quarantine policy, and also up till now we have like very high rate of vaccination and also booster shots for overall we probably have like around above 75% of the people who has already got their second shot, and the number of booster shots vaccination is also increasing, probably around like 40 to 50%. So compared to other places of the world, uh, our students are very lucky. We only experienced last semester, we only experienced like 1 month of online learning, okay, which means that students uh, they have to stay at home, and we have to work from home for only 1 month, and then the situation eased up a little bit. So we all, dying, we all desperately wanted to come back to school. Okay, so starting from probably uh, after midterm in last semester. So we all returned to school, and we shift back to the on-site learning. Okay, so we had an experience like both on-site and online interaction. And as on the screen, as you can see, we still can have wonderful interaction and cross-culture learning from all over the world, from our partner schools, from our international students. And we also held a welcome party probably after midterm. And in this semester, students all came back to the school, so everything we're back to normal. and all the international students and local students, they get to see and feel Taipei City freely, as long as we have like social distancing, wearing masks, etc. Okay, so on your screen, you may see this is the trip that we visit Taipei City, and people are gathering around in front of the temple and try to find out all the rituals, enriched culture interaction. Okay, and the second picture here, this is all the international students. They're trying to make some local meals, okay, by instructions in Chinese and in English as well. So we did have fun. But however, we also try to reach out to those students who are not in Taiwan. So this is a very new step for us. Last semester, we invited some international students who are willing to share their lives in Taiwan, in Furen. And we broadcast live their school lives and their explanation, their viewpoints to their hometown. So we invited international students from Mongolia, from Malaysia, Burkina Faso, and India. So their friends and classmates be able to see them, okay, through the internet. So that becomes a very interesting hit, though. And also a group of voluntary students in Furen, SVD voluntary students in Furen, they throughout internet, they were able to connect with students, young students in Ghana. Okay, so they share their culture dances, fantastic local culture with them. And also students in Burkina Faso, way back at the other end of the earth, students from Burkina Faso, they share their everyday life, including the fruits and crops they had with our students. So that also was quite an eye-opening experience for all of our local students here. The third picture here I'm showing you is students in Taiwan. Most of them, some of them are from the science department. So they invented a purifying water bottle, and they explained the steps for the students or for the local people in Burkina Faso, in Ghana, how they can use a very simple tactics and very simple tools to purify their water. So this is what they're doing online. Okay, so in the post-pandemic era, I think we do try to adapt and innovate for both the teachers, professors, students, and staffs in the school. And we do think that in the post-pandemic era, we stay closer and we become stronger, connected, okay, in every way that we can think of. So this is a really big learning step for all the faculties and students as well. Okay, that will be all for my presentation. I do welcome some questions in case that you have any questions for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jane Wu. Let's give a virtual round of applause for Fujian University. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, kindly type your questions in the chat box, yeah? Or maybe later you can raise your hand and you can ask the questions directly. All right, our last presenter for the first panel would be from Myanmar, and it's Ms. Donang Lailaiwar. Are you here?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Are you ready? Okay. All right, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, all the participants. Let me introduce myself and my institute again. My name is Nan Lelewa, so you can just call me Lele. And then I'm the faculty member of St. Aloysius Gonzaga Institute of Higher Study. It is a small institution in Shan State, Myanmar. So for today, I'm going to discuss like the situations in Myanmar and how it affects our institution and how we cope with that situations and what we reimagine for the post-COVID classroom. So as we all know that because of this COVID-19, like we have school closure. I think that happens everywhere in the world. But here in Myanmar, the stay home and lockdown will start only in March 2021, even though the COVID come out like 2020 in March. So we have to stay at home, even though there is no policy for lockdown or but we have to close our school. So those who are working in the office, we shift our work from home. Of course, because of that prices, all the prices are increased and many people are losing their job. So we thought that it is the worst thing that happened to us until February 1st. As you see here, from the 1st of February, like in the morning, we don't have phone connection and internet connections. And we didn't know what happened. And only at like 11 a.m. then we heard that the military took over the power. So 3 days after, people start demonstrations. So many things happened to us until today. Like many people join, many young people join PDF. And then the government staff participate in civil disobedience movement. And many of them were arrested because of that. And then every now and then we have internet blackout and electricity cut off without any information. And many people die, not only from pandemic, but also from being killed by the military. Of course, more people lose their job. And we are hopeless until today, even though we are trying to cope up all these things. Like seeing our students losing their house, losing their family, losing parts of their body, and running away without being able to come back to school. So it is really hard until today. So how it affects our institutions? Of course, we have a lot of students drop out, because of some of them are joining PDF, and some, because of the financial crisis, they cannot come back to school because they have to work for their basic need. And in those who can come to school, some students can come to school, but they lose the learning opportunity because we cannot have in-person class yet. So in learning opportunity, first, they do not have the access to use the library to discuss in the campus, and they didn't have the opportunity that their senior have. And another one is outreach, because outreach program is the requirement of all the students who are joining our main program in SAG. So because of the situation, they cannot do their community service that is our outreach program. So they are losing that opportunity. And it is a community service outreach program. And for international collaborations, of course, we used to have a volunteer from Ateneo di Davao University. So because of that situation, like people cannot come in the country, and those who are here are also difficult to go out. So for international collaborations, we cannot do all the things that we used to do before. So next points, how we cope with the situations. So after the waiting time for 2 semesters, we could shift all the classes into virtual learning. And then, of course, we have to have the flexible periods of time and schedule, because we couldn't start the program on time. Usually we have the 3 semester, and then the semester start at the specific date and day. So these 2 years, we couldn't do that. So we have the flexible periods of time and class schedule so that more students can join our program. And we're trying to run the community service outreach program in a small groups. So our students have to go out to the community and then assess the student need. And then they're trying to do their service in a small group. And we also trying to do it online if the coordinator of the outreach site can help us. And we could also help IDP, the displaced people who came near Town G. So we help them with learning by giving the scholarship to those who moved from the conflict areas. And then we participate online learning program and other events of our partner university. We can access a lot of online courses from JWL. And then we are trying to adapt the new normal. And then we are preparing for the better future after the COVID. And the challenges that we have since we started online learning, online class. So we had a lot of complaints from the student, from the parents, and even from the staff. Because like all the students, of course, all the students couldn't come here. So those who cannot come, like they complain that why the school didn't wait for them, why the school didn't wait until they can come back, and why their classmate didn't wait for them to come back and learn together. So we have this kind of challenges, and unexpected internet blackout and electricity cut off. Of course, until now we don't have electricity. And to post something on social media, we still have to use VPN. Without that, we cannot use the social media as well. And we have like many students and staff and the parents like are not familiar with using technology, like the platform that we use for learning. And the motivation of the students. They are not motivated to learn online at the beginning.
I'm sorry, Ms. Laila, your voice is gone.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have our bad internet connection. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Also, my last point, how we reimagine the post-COVID classrooms. First, we want all the students to come back because we still have like half of the students who cannot come back to learn yet. And then we hope that we can create learning opportunity and other educational support, not only for our students, those who are in the campus, but also for the student in our outreach site. And we hope that we can continue online learning even when we can have in-person class. because there might be many students who cannot come back anymore, and those who want to learn. And then we hope that we can provide psychosocial support for those who need our help, who need counseling. That's for my presentation. Thank you very much for listening and for that opportunity to share.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Lailai. Let's give a virtual applause to Ms. Lailai from Myanmar. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have finished with the presentations. Now we move on to the question and answer session. There's already a question typed in the chat box. It's referred to Dr. Ree. Dr. Ree has answered the question, but Dr. Ree, is it possible for you to answer it again verbally?
Yes, definitely. So,
Right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for question. And also, we are facing the similar difficulties for students or remote area or bad internet connection. So, but it's become better than 2020. But still, some students has difficulties to connect, or some students has lack of chances to buy like a digital tools, include the new PC or tablet or smartphone for joining the high flex classes in that time. So the Sophia University is supported for internet subscription fee for 2020, but nowadays the students also understanding they have to equip about for online learning. So it's finished, but as a single faculty members, I also encourage students who both how they can make more easily access some kind of the digital way. For example, sometimes the schools LMS is quite a lot of need data. So sometimes I change the platforms more easily access based on the smartphone as well. For example, I personally use Padlet. Sometimes that kind of Padlet tools is much easier to access to use schools LMS in Sophia University using the tools Moodle, but it's quite heavy for need a lot of data. So the faculty need for flexible to use a lot of digital tools at the time. So I think probably you can compromise with the students has less chances for things. And also I introduced before, I involved with the JWL website. So most of the like a teaching way using the JWL, a lot of them is based on the text message to upload their text message and write down short essay. So I think this is also one of the traditional but very effective way to communicate each other. So I paraphrase for online meeting to text-based message for them.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Ree. All right, this question is very interesting because it's something that we are concerned with, how we can extend our hands to those who are in isolated areas. And I'm very much interested in listening from a response from Ms. Lailai Wa from Myanmar. Could you care tell us about this similar situation? How would you help those students who are living in the isolated areas? Ms. Lailai?
Yes. Sorry.
Can you hear my voice clearly, Ms. Lailai?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Is my voice audible?
Yes.
So until last month, like, of course, many students couldn't come back to school, and in their place, they don't have electricity. Here, there are many places that doesn't have electricity. So, of course, they cannot join online class. So we wanted to call back those students, because here the internet is okay here in Damji, but sorry, because of the policy here, the strict policy, like when they heard that young people, there are 4 or 5 young people grouping in the same place, they can come and arrest the people anytime. So because for their safety, we couldn't do that. But last month, when we talked to the head of the quarter for the permission to call back some students, especially the scholar of SAG and the scholar of like different organizations. So when we get permission from the head of the quarter, well, our boys and girls hostel, so we could call some student back to the campus. We didn't ask them to live in the same place though, but they could come back and then join online class. And for IDP, for those who have to move from their place, we gave the scholarship, because they are living in like different places like church, monasteries, and other like shelters. Like they are at a safe place now, but they don't have money to attend other classes. So for those students, like we accept all the students, those who are ready to learn. So we give a scholarship for them, and then we help them with all the things that they need as much as we can. So we have many students, many IDP students this semester. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Laila Wa. And this is still continued, another question for Ms. Laila Wa. This is from Romeo from Fujian Catholic University. He's asking about the current situation regarding law and order in your country. Would you like to comment on that, please? Thank you.
Yeah, actually, now there are like many places, there are many conflict areas, and with the military also, like they have to like control the other conflict area, and then they don't have clear policy to do this or that. But like it make people unsafe to do something, because like all the city in like they have the checkpoint, and then they can arrest you for just posting something against them. Like if you just post like you don't like the military, and if you just post like your three finger as your profile picture, it is enough reason for them to arrest you. And then you have no guarantee to survive, like when you are arrested without paying money on the table. We can say that we don't have clear policy for everything.
It's quite tough to answer that question, though, with the current situation that you're experiencing right now. But we all are praying for everyone to have a safe situation. And from all of the presenters, we can see that the number one thing that we have to always pay attention to is first and foremost being able to adapt with the situation. And mental health and security are also equally important, because we cannot have a good learning process if we don't have security or good mental health. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a virtual applause for all the 6 presenters. Good job. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we are now moving on to the break session. We will have a 15-minute break. So we will meet again here in the main room at 2:45 or 15 minutes before 3. And we will then continue with the second panel discussion. Once again, thank you so much. Take a good rest for 15 minutes. Stretch. Don't forget to stand up because that's very important too. All right, thank you, and we will see you soon.
Yeah.
Discussion.